Hi, and welcome to Football with Cheese. I am Cheese. So earlier today, I did a video going over the college football playoff games. I will link that in the description. Tomorrow, I'm going to make an AFC wildcard preview, and Saturday, I'm going to do an NFC one. But I wanted to make another video today. With all the new GMs and head coaches and coordinators, I wanted to go over the Rooney Rule and what I think of it and what's going on with it. So if you don't know what the Rooney Rule is, basically in 2003, in order to get more minority head coaches in the game, they made a rule you have to interview at least one minority candidate for a head coaching position. And so the thinking is, why are there not more minorities in coaching? And let's try to change that. Make it fair is what they're thinking. But the problem, there's lots of problems with it. The problem with that is a lot of minorities don't go into coaching, so they're not the assistants. A lot of them do other things when they retire. So that's the first problem with it. Another problem I have with it, you're basically calling executives and owners, oh, they're racist. They must be racist if they're not hiring minorities. And they just want to win. The GMs, owners, they just want to win. Maybe in the 50s and 60s, possibly. I don't know. There was owner like, okay, let's only hire whites. It's possible. I doubt it. They just want to win. So it doesn't make sense. Robert Salah of Lebanese descent. He got the Jets head coaching job because he was a great defense coordinator. He was fired this year. D'Amico Ryans got the job with the Texans because he was a great defensive coordinator. Dave Canales is the coach of the Panthers. He's of Mexican heritage. He got the job because he did such an amazing job with Tampa's offense last year. And if you look at the Panthers, as the season went on, their offense got better and better. And Bryce Young really took a next step under Canales. That's why they got those jobs. They did not get the jobs because of the color of their skin. I do not like the rule. I guess it was 2003, the Lions hired Steve Mariucci to be their head coach. And everyone knew they were going to hire him. He was from Michigan. It was a fit at the time. Everyone knew he wanted to join the Lions. The Lions wanted him. So they reached out to minority candidates, the Detroit Lions did, and no one wanted to interview because they knew Mariucci was getting the job. Yet, the NFL still fined them. It's the only team to be fined, which was ridiculous because everyone knew. Now, let's talk about this year. New England Patriots are going to hire Mike Vrabel probably in the next few days. He played there. He's a perfect fit. He wants to be there. They want him there. But they have interviewed 6 people, or are going to, 4 of which minorities. Now, they're getting criticized for doing phony interviews or doing interviews that knowing they're not getting the job. And yeah, they are. And they shouldn't. And that's because of the Rooney Rule. They have to. Ted Cottrell, if you don't know who he was a longtime defensive coordinator for multiple teams. When the Rooney Rule started, he was the candidate, the token candidate that always got an interview. And I once read an article where he said very few of them did he think he had a chance to get in the job. They already had their guy in mind. They already had their guy, but they needed to get the Rooney Rule. They didn't want to be fined or lose draft picks, so they had to interview a minority candidate. So that's another problem with the rule. You're going to waste a lot of time, because these interviews are not like 20, 30 minutes, like a lot of these interviews can be like all day long. They could be 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours because you need to know a lot about these people to be your head coach or your general manager, or your coordinator. You need to know their philosophy. You need to know all about them. It takes a long time. And I can't imagine going into interviews that long knowing you're not going to get it. That's crazy. And they're not hiring Ted Cottrell because of his color of his skin. They just have someone they want more. But then they're like, oh, we have this Rooney Rule. Okay. So it's just ridiculous. The Jaguars have 12 coaching candidates. I don't know. God, that's a lot. It's a lot of interviewing. 4 of them are minority. So I just don't think it leads to any more hiring. I don't think it works. I think it's pointless. Like I said, in 2021, there was only one minority coach in the NFL. If it was working, there would have been more. if that was the goal. So it's really pointless. And now they give you third round picks. If you lose an executive or a coordinator to head coach, that's a minority. If another team hires them, you can get compensatory third round picks, like the 49ers got one for D'Amico Ryans. That's crazy. So basically, you're bribing. It's basically you're bribing NFL teams. Please hire minority candidates. You could get third round picks if they're hired as head coaches or GMs or executive VPs or whatever. That's crazy. They're just trying. There's probably going to be even more rules because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. That's the main reason to get rid of it. It doesn't work. You're basically calling all these people racists. You're basically saying they're only going to hire white people, and that's ridiculous. They want to win. These teams are going to hire the best person regardless of their color. They just want to win. So I just think it's crazy. I think it should get rid of it. And I'll make one more point. When teams hire coaches that are white, that doesn't make them racist. Jerry Jones hired Mike McCarthy because he's an idiot. Not because he wanted a white head coach. He hired him because Jerry Jones is dumb, and it was a terrible hire, and he's still there. And Cowboys fans hate it. He won a Super Bowl with Green Bay, but if you follow the Packers, if you followed all Aaron Rodgers prime, all those good teams, he cost them was at least one, maybe two more Super Bowls with how horrible coaching, with how horrible he coached in the playoffs, how conservative he got, how he got outcoached in all kinds of big games. Jim Harbaugh ate him for breakfast in so many playoff games. So, yeah, that's what I think of the Rooney Rule. I think it's stupid. I don't think it works. I think it's stupid, but also it doesn't work. So, if you didn't have it, I don't think hardly any, maybe one or two every 5 years, a coordinator here, maybe one coach here, maybe, I don't know. It's impossible to know because they're not going to tell you, I only hired him because of the Rooney Rule. It's just a stupid rule. They should get rid of it. And people criticizing the Patriots for interviewing Pep Hamilton and Byron Leftwich, people like that are not going to get the job, then get rid of the rule. Get rid of the rule. Mike Vrabel is going to be the coach. He did a good job at Tennessee. I don't know why they parted ways with him. I would have kept him, but he's a good coach, and it's a good fit and used to play there. So that's my thoughts on the Rooney Rule. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friends, and follow me on X. It's at footballcheese, cheese spelled Chez. And like I said, tomorrow we are going to talk about the 3 AFC games. Later.